everyone, it's Rachel. I'm here to talk more in depth about our characters, and we have about 5 main characters. We have our main girl, her name is Claire, and Claire has been basically in a lot of abusive relationships in the past, and she definitely does have trust issues. Um, and she's also, this entertainer in a way. She is a dancer. This show takes place in the 1920s, so dancer not obviously meaning what it is now currently. She was more of a flapper kind of girl that was just there for entertainment in like a cabaret, which is one of our main places in this show. We have her kind of distancing herself from our main character, who is Clayton. And Clayton, he has double personalities in a way. He is a leader of a mafia gang, and he's also the cabaret singer, the one that sings while the flappers perform for the crowd. He just happens to have the love at first sight thing with Claire, and he's just kind of pursuing her throughout the whole show. You only see him at night, though, when he is with his gang. So you don't really see him much during the day, which is kind of the eerie, mysterious essence about him. Now, we do have our supporting males, who are Marshall and Jesse. One of Bella's favorite characters is in fact Jesse, and Jesse is Clayton's best friend. He's been with him for God knows how long, we can't even say.
Like a reincarnation of us.
He is friends with Clayton. He's in the gang as Clayton's kind of right-hand man. He is also the drummer in Clayton's band for the cabaret. He kind of has that anger persona, like he just wants to get in fights really easily, and he thinks he could just kick anyone's butt in these fights, which is where most of the humor from his character comes from, because sometimes he doesn't do so well. He gets his ass beat. But he definitely has his eyes kind of wandering towards Claire's best friend, Ruby Alice, who's this quirky, blonde character. She's kind of refuses to let anything really stand in her way. She doesn't believe in violence. She's kind of very much against it. She refuses to believe that there is gang activity where she sleeps, but obviously that really does not happen well. She kind of lives next door to Claire, and she tries to get Clayton to talk to her and tell her what's going on with this whole situation that they're getting themselves into, which is definitely a fight with an opposing gang. And the opposing gang just so happens to be led by our villain in the show. His name is Marshall. And Marshall and Claire start off in the show with a fling going. And he's definitely the bad guy. He leads an opposing gang. This gang has most of the power in town. He can bribe police just like that. He has no issues with getting in trouble. And he's in love with Claire, but he just has an abusive way of showing it, which is mostly where Claire's trust issues come from, because she's been with him for a while now. And what happens in the show is that he actually may hurt Claire more than anyone would think he would. And we can't give you that spoiler. So, we definitely do have ideas of what we want our characters to look like. For instance, we want Claire to kind of have brown, kind of like shoulder length or shorter hair. We want her to be that like really smart, really quick kind of girl that picks up on things but doesn't act upon it. Then we have Ruby Alice, her best friend, who is kind of the quirky, ditzy blonde. She's beautiful, but she's definitely is missing some intelligence in this whole situation. We have Clayton, who we are in a kind of tussle with between a blonde or brunette. We just don't know which one we really want. More like a dirty blonde. Dirty blonde, probably. And of course we want him to be like really strong and built up and just has that essence of danger, but on the inside is like really soft towards everything. And then we have Jesse, who we want as a dark brunette or a black haired kind of Darren Criss.
Don't say it. I love him.
Kind of Darren Criss-esque.
Who I'm obsessed with.
Ad. Why are you talking in my video?
I'm sorry.
We're gonna have to cut this now.
No,
Good job.
It's fine. It's fine.
Darren Criss-esque kind of persona. And then we have Marshall, who we want to have like kind of longer than most boy cuts hair that's always just gelled back and slicked back, and he has that face you kind of want to slap every time you see it. It's an interesting quality, interesting look to all these characters, but the characters are definitely what makes the show, how they perceive the songs, how they perceive the whole show. So that's just, how we want them to look. It doesn't mean that if we think you're right for the part, we're not going to not count you because you don't look like these characters. If we want you, we'll take you no matter what. But it's definitely what we have in mind. We also are looking for gang members, other flappers, just extras in a way. Mostly dancers also. We need a lot of dancers.
Dancers.
And then we need 2 people, a man and a woman, for the ending scene. And we can't tell you who they are, and we can't tell you anything about them yet. So, I will see you later. As for now, that's just the characters. We'll be coming back with more videos on the music and the plot. Bye!